Good morning to all. Today we are going to learn the non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs is a term used to describe a verb and does not indicate the tense. It describes a noun, verb. It does not indicate the tense. Non-finite verbs are called gerund, infinitives and participles. Non-finite verbs are called gerund, infinitives, as well as participles. Before knowing about the non-finite verbs, we will learn what is finite verbs also. Finite verbs, it indicates the tense and it does not change according to the subject. In non-finite verbs, already we had studied it, this indicates the verb but it does not change according to the indicate any tense and it does not change according to the subject. So now the verb does not change indicates the tense as well as it does not change according to the subject. So finite verbs, it indicate tense, non-finite verbs, it does not indicate verbs. Here in finite verbs, they change according to the subject. In non-finite verbs, it does not change according to the subjects. Okay. The non-finite verbs have no subject and do not change according to the tense or number. Non-finite verbs are broadly classified as gerund, infinitives, present participle and past participle. This will divide it into two. One is present participle, another one is past participle. Okay, see. So, gerund is verb plus ing. Gerund is verb plus ing. Here, to plus verb is infinitive. Okay, we will see the example. Gerund. Walking is a healthy habit. Healthy habit. So here we had used the gerund. Gerund is act as a subject. Verb plus ing. So walking, it's a to verb. I like to walk. I like to walk. So to plus verb, it is infinitive. Okay. Then present participle, past participle. Present participle, these are my walking. These are my walking shoes. In shoes. Walking shoe. Past participle, having walked too long, I felt tired. I felt tired. Having walked too long. Having walked too long. It is a participle. Okay. Now I hope you had understand what is gerund, what is infinitive and what are the participles are there. So the next one we are going to do the exercise at page number 67. There they had given few words. We have to identify it belongs to the finite verb or non-finite verbs. They want to try a new approach. So they want, that is it not indicate any tense. It is not changed according to the subject. So it is a infinite. Take page number 69. See, the first one is non-finite verbs. Trying is easy. Is easy. It's also non-finite. It's a complement. Non-finite verb. Another one is having tired everything he gave up. He gave up. Everything he gave up is a non-finite. If she tried, she could not succeed. She could not succeed. Tired. That all I can do is try. All I can do is try. I can do. That is finite verb. Then if she tired, she would succeed. That also finite verb. Copy down in your book page number 69. Okay. Now we are going to learn about infinitives and gerunds. So we had studied about what is non-finite. Now the next one is infinitive and gerund. Infinitives and gerund. Infinitives is often called as two verb. We will call the infinitives as a two verbs. Often, not in all the cases. In most of the cases, we will call it as a two verbs. We can use the infinitive without two also. It is called plain verb or bare verb, bare infinitive. Let us see. It will act as a subject as well as it will act as a object. So here, to swim is a good exercise. To swim is a good exercise. I like to swim. I like to swim. So here to swim, to swim. Here to swim is act as a subject. Here to swim is act as a object. So infinity can act both as a subject as well as a object. Its function as both. In some cases we don't use to verb. That verb is called plain infinity or bare infinity. She made me do my project. She made me do my project. Here we are not used any to verb. So this is called plain or bare infinity. Okay. We can use these infinities, plain or bare infinities, along with the model shall, will, do, did. Make, need, may, might, must, let, dare, see. So we can use this plain or bare infinity along these models. Shall, will, would, do, did, make, need, may, might, could, must, let, dare and see. So we should not use should and can. Okay. We can use along with this model. Infinities may functions as a subject, object, subject complements, adjective, adverb in the sentence. Although an infinity is easy to locate because of the to verb. Deciding what function it has in the subject depends on the meaning. So it will act as a subject, object, complement, adjective and adverb. So see the word to wait seems foolish when we deceive actions are required. So here to wait is a subject. So here it is acting as a subject. Everyone want to go is a object here. His ambition is to fly is a complement here. He lacked the strength to resist, it's a adjective there. We must study to learn, that is a adverb. So now you know what is infinity. Infinity is often we will called as a two words. It will act as a subject as well as the object. In the first, for example, the first sentence, to swim is a good exercise. It is functioning as a subject. I like to swim. Here it is acting as an object. Even without to also we can use, that is called bare infinities or the plain infinity. That bare infinity or plain infinity can use along with these models: shall, will, would, do, did, make, need, may, might, would, must, let, dare, see. Okay. So now the next one we will learn about the gerund. Okay. Gerund is action words that end in ing and function as a noun. It is action word, it's end with ing. I had already told you verb plus ing is a gerund. It's always act as a noun. Okay. See. Read the following pair of sentences at the page number 70 and 71. This exercise we are going to do at the page number 70 and 71. Okay. Read the following pair of sentences. Traveling might satisfy your desire of new experience. That the study abroad program might satisfy your desire for the new experience. So identify the subject in the first sentence. In the first sentence, what is the first sentence? Traveling might satisfy your desire for your new experience. So what is the subject there? Traveling. Okay. Next. They do not appreciate my singing. They do not appreciate my assistance. So which is the direct object there? Singing. So what is the answer is there? Singing. Next. My cat's favorite activity is sleeping. My cat's favorite food is solemn. So which is the subject complement is there? Sleeping. Next, police arrested him for speeding. The police arrested him for criminal activity. Which is the object of the preposition there? Speeding. This is how you have to identify. Okay. Write down in your book, page number 70 and 71. I hope you had understand what is infinity and the gerund. Thank you, my dear students.